Okay, and we're back. We've got an action-packed few weeks coming up ahead now. We're in sunny Africa and Dullstroom, 2,000 meters high. And I want to show a little bit more footage of our training. So the last few videos have been more sort of informative based, but this one I'm going to try and make it a little bit more action-packed and just a bit more exciting. But first, let's do a bit of an MTV Cribs edition and we'll show you where we're staying. So there's 5 of us staying here in this house, and it's quite a big place. I mean, if you just look at the size of it just from the outside, it's pretty cool. I think Dan Rowden is out at the moment, but there's myself, there's Alex who's on the camera, we've got Cathal and we've got Grace, and of course we've got the good old car. This is the Toyota Vitz XR. I kind of describe this one as like a, think of it as like a baby hippo in shape. Come on in. So here we've got the kitchen area. For 5 people, it's a good size because we've got what, 1 sofa, 2 sofa, and then even if we just count the chairs, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Just inside here, just in terms of space for seating. And we've got an outside area just here, which again, is pretty cool. We've got the bright area, we've got the views. Yeah, if you're considering it, we got this place in Airbnb. You can't really go wrong. But I'll show you a few of the bedrooms, not too many, but let's go for a little tour. Okay, we've got Alex's spot and his PS4, and then we go into Dan's room. I think he's out. Yeah, it's a little bit dark in here, but here's like an example of one of the rooms if the camera can pick it up. There's Irish, not forgetting. In my room, big, messy. I've got really lucky with this one. And then we've got the bathroom in here. I'm not going to take you upstairs because I think there's a few people getting changed, so I think it's a little bit rude. But yeah, no, next up we'll show you a few of the sessions. I'm going to take you through our first week. So we've had, I believe, a few runs that we've captured that will be coming up. We've had a tempo session, and lastly, I believe we're going to do a hill session that's going to come up tomorrow. So you see that coming next up. Morning. What's on the agenda?
8 to 10 by a K off, I don't know.
Dan, Alex.
Let's try and hang on.
Hang on. Grace, what's on the cards?
8 by a K.
Cheeky Dan in the distance.
So 3 mile warm up. We picked up the last half mile and I was blowing a gasket. I think we're aiming for like 10 by a K off a minute, but I don't know what I think. I don't even know what pace we're gonna go at. I think I'm just gonna have to literally just go for heart rate because it's gonna be really hard to gauge the pace, especially when you feel like this. Because I was blowing a gasket because we haven't been out actually for a little while. And it's pretty warm, not crazy hot, but just bites, I guess. But should make for a good, interesting session. I think slow and steady. I think get the first 2 done and then take it from there and then settle in, see how the pace feels, and yeah, get a feel for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check. Yeah. Don't ask me why again, we tried again and didn't feel the same. The plans was nicking up the diagram. Winter overseas, I got some bags that need acquiring. We used to get cash, the checks bigger so they wire them. Plug talk, fuck the middleman, bring the supplier in. From Italy to Ireland as part of the requirements. Could've joined a union, kid Andrew turned to fireman. But I'm still doing fire shit, adapt to my environment. And now I'm up so high and I ain't coming down for no man. Oh shit, keep it rolling, stuck in the motion. Tell them stick to the program, get kicked like Vince. Your own boss has got no chance. I got both hands wrapped around the game in a choke slam. It turned me from a kid into a grown man. I got my stripes earned, battle tested, mics burned. It takes time being big body, making wide turns. So I'ma get there when the tides turn. Stare at the sky until my eyes burn. Lil Jesse was a little baby, now it's my turn. Excuse the lack of kind words. Try to treat me like an outsider, I'm the outlier. Peel the wig off these pussies if they
Session done, 10 by a K, nice and steady. We done it mainly off of, we tried to stick to heart rates and lactate zones, but I think successful session for everyone, everyone's feeling good. No niggles all around, job done. The weather's been quite good actually, and the ground's pretty forgiving, that makes a big difference. There's like a very slight incline, but it's not enough for it to impact the running. Overall good day, heart rate averaged at 155 throughout the reps, and then my quickest rep was a 304, which is probably too quick, but we started off at like 320s. Nice and steady, first session out here at 2,000 meters, and then we'll start picking up the pace and ramping things up next week. Good day, successful. Next up, gym, and then a shakeout in the evening.
It's only that last 2 that I kind of feel the pinch a little bit. You did it all and then.
I know, what was you wearing?
I was wearing the carbons.
You wearing carbons?
Yeah.
No, I quite like wearing I do like the Invincibles. I just feel paranoid that something could go.
It's forgiving this, but at the same time it is quite rough.
Yeah, it is. You still have to look where you're putting your feet.
type shit.
First one, bagged.
Yeah, I think particularly for you, it's about getting to a week into here feeling like you could have done a bit more, because when we come up to these camps, the temptation, because it's warm, the sun's out, the trail's great, to push is huge. So put in a few mechanisms this time to try and hold you back a little bit so that we can get to the end of this camp in one piece. That's the goal.
Sunday long run, some of the gang. Okay, so today is a hill session. We've got 10 by 600 off of a jog down. Thoughts?
I'm nervous. It's a long old hill, that.
The nerves are flowing. I think it should be a good one. Where so plan is it was between 10 to 12, but I think we're gonna do 10 long, roughly about 600. Grace, thoughts? Excited?
Scared.
Okay, so there's a lot of nerves today, which is good. And then we've got 6 short, so it's a bit of a mix. And I can introduce you guys, new members. How are you guys feeling? Actually,
really good.
we don't, the viewers don't know your names and where you're from.
I'm Renier in Dullstroom from Dullstroom.
Nice, nice.
And
Events?
I do 800 mainly,
Yeah.
1005 when I'm fit.
Okay, okay. And yourself?
I'm Neil from America. I come from Pretoria, long way from where he is. I do 800, 1005, all the way up to a 10k.
I've got to ask your age and who you run for.
I'm 20 and I run for ASICS and the boxing club.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm 22 now, running for Nike in Dullstroom Tag Club.
Nice. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get those hills done. That right there is a nervous looking man. Can you see the nerves?
What?
He's trembling.
I know, I'm actually nervous.
That was hard.
Tough.
Lactic, filled it up, but
How many reps did you manage?
I got about 6.
6 reps.
6 fast reps, though.
Six long and 6, how many short?
8 short ones.
I think mileage at the moment, we're on 11, just over 11 mile, including the warm up. So 3 mile warm up, 9 mile worth of session, 8 or 9 mile worth of session, and then we're here. But it was rough. It was rough. What was it done? What was the hardest bit? The long hills or the short hills?
Both. They're just different.
Yeah.
Different types of pain.
How did you find it, Grace?
So tough.
Coach, was it what you was expecting?
Because that's the first proper session, we've only done tempo up till now. I was waiting for it to bite, and you could see on everybody's faces that it was biting a bit harder earlier in the session than perhaps everybody anticipated. But it was more a mental thing than a physical thing today. Getting you through it, believing that you can do it, you know.
Yeah.
And the panicky sort of respiratory feeling you get when that first session is horrible at altitude, particularly this height. So good effort all round.
Good day. It's certainly a bit. I don't think anyone here will say it was an easy session, that's for sure. I think our sessions it was about 600 meters roughly. See, we started down the bottom and we'd run all the way up. I'm not sure if you can see in the distance. There's a digger just up the top. But 600 meters on a hill, 2,000 meters in a straight line. It's good reps. So we did 10 of those and then drop down to 6 by, how long were the short ones? About 100? Yeah, there's 6 by 100. But they were tough. I think the quickest ones were about 13s, but uphill still felt like we were working pretty hard. Overall, good day. But it's not done yet, so I'm gonna warm down, plus gym, so I'll have a big feed, good nap, and a good sleep later. So gym done now. Hills this morning, gym's just finished. The gang we're actually feeling quite sprightly, to be fair. We're not too tired, which is yeah, a little bit unexpected actually. The day's not done yet though. I'm gonna do 4 mile in about an hour or two. What time is it? It's 3:30. I'll probably go about 4:30, give or take. Just do like 4 mile, but super chilled. Polly, like 8-minute miling maybe. Check this out. This is entrance. It's an interesting restaurant. They have lots of cats in there when you're eating your meal and stuff. It's quirky place, but bloody good food. Very good food. So yeah, no, day's not quite done. Shake out, and then yeah, the day's up. Good solid day. I think the volume earlier was, you probably mentioned it about 5 times already, but about 11 I think. With the warm down, probably getting up to 13, 14. Yeah, next up, shake out. Okay, and there we have it. The day is done. A good, successful day. It's interesting. This is the best I've felt in a long time, unlike my evening run. But it's because I've sort of honed in a little bit more onto sort of diet and stuff and fueling. And it's, I mean, it's the early days. I'm going to see how I feel in a week's time when I keep sort of, when I say diet, I mean just using foods that are going to fuel you for the next thing. So we was listening to a podcast recently from George Lockhart. He's like he's a really famous nutritionist who works with a lot of the top boxers. And one of the key points I took away from it was caffeine post-workout, and it replenishes your glycogen stores far more. I might even attach a link or even a clip to the podcast in this now, because it was fascinating, because I tried it today. I had caffeine literally straight after my run, and I'm gonna be honest, I felt bloody good for my gym session and my second run. But I don't think you have to take the pinch of salt, mainly because like today's volume, so just looking at it, so I did 13 mile this morning. I then did a full gym session, which was about an hour, and I've then done 4 miles. So we're on 17 miles. 17 miles is a good whack in one day. That used to be almost my weekly mileage. So 17 mile in one foul sweep, it's gotta work. So I'm just gonna keep trying different methods to see how I can almost get more bang for buck. So I'm trying to do things like just making my gut more healthy, trying to keep like fueling with proteins and stuff. So but eating good proteins, and then I remember gone off on a bit of a tangent, as I do, but I was I read an article about, I think, was it the blue zone areas where you get like the healthiest people in the world, and generally speaking, if you're healthy, your body's going to run well and your body's going to run quick. So I guess the idea is that by eating similar foods to what people do and almost make them superhuman and give them longer lasting lives, in theory should make you a faster athlete too. So I think just being a bit more anal with the smaller things, diet, and especially when I used to cross train, the diet wasn't so important. Diet was kind of like, I could kind of get away, but I could eat the sugars and stuff because it wasn't weight bearing. But when I'm running, as you know, if you do a lot of miles, you bunk, and I used to bunk all the time. It used to ruin me. So I guess here's to learning. I'm too old to be learning, but I'm getting there. 17 mile day, big day. I've been racking out like 70 mile weeks, and it's weird. Anybody who knows me, if they know I'm running 70 mile weeks, they're gonna be like, oh, he's an idiot. But I think because my approach has changed with my coach, and I'm lucky my coach doesn't have an ego, and I think that's the key bit, like he's willing to learn. So we've tried so many different methods, and this time we've just said like, hey, if we want to be the best, we've probably got to train like the rest of them are. So rather than trying to run a 3:30 like we did off 25 mile a week in tons of cross training, it's good, but what if we ran 70 to 80 mile a week? Actually got more load on our legs, what can we achieve then? So I mean, we're at a point where you just gotta roll the dice, haven't you? Will it work? I mean, who knows? In theory, I'm hoping that doing this, the weight's gonna fall off. I'm hoping I can get down to sort of like 74. I raced all of last year at like 78, 77. I'm probably the heaviest in the 1500 by a long way. So I reckon if I can just get my weight down, which is probably my hardest bit, don't really know what I'm doing, definitely need guidance because I don't know how to do it the safest way. So that's something I definitely need to work on and to sort of improve on. And maybe for a mile enough indoors, if I have the funds, I'll invest in a nutritionist then that can work on me for heading into the outdoor season. But again, let's keep doing what we're doing now, get ready for the indoors, keep chugging away. And do you know what the beauty of it is today's the first day all winter I've questioned life in the session, because I haven't been pushing it too much, and I just think that's really important, mainly because consistency wins. I knew it before, I dabbled with it, the mileage and being a bit more consistent, not pushing as hard. And I was having a chat with one of the guys, and like he was like he normally would do, so we did 10 hill reps, 10 long, 6 short, and the long ones were 600 meters, and it's so 1200 per rep because it's like 600 up, 600 down. And then the short ones were 100, so the volume was pretty high. But he was making like, he did 6 long, but he would kick like 100 meters off the top, so he would run like 500 with us and kick on a little bit. But he was like getting deeper. But I just said, what if you played the longer game, tried to hit 10 at a slower pace, and then, because over the period of months, weeks, days, weeks, months, years, those 10 reps are just progressively going to get quicker. It's going to be a slow process. It's going to be boring. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be very boring, but you're going to slowly just keep knocking on And before you know it, those reps that are in 147s up a hill at 2,000 meters of altitude, 145s, will eventually come down to 44s to 42s to 39s, but you just have to be patient. Whereas he was just running he ran 6 and was just averaging like 143s, and I was like 2 to 3 seconds off each rep, but I did more, so the volume was there. But then again, the caveat to that is if you're targeting the 800 versus the 1500, which is a very big difference, and I'm going more 15 whereas he's going more 8. So yeah, and on that note, I think the day's done. It's been a good week. Another 10-day cycle. That's another thing. My coaches, we've changed it up. We're going for 10-day cycles now, and we're just changing up training. Yeah, we're experimenting. It's working. I don't think it's a one shoe fits all. And there we have it. Ciao for now. If you've liked it, I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before February. March really, by the end of the indoor season. If I can do that, that's a real accomplishment that I want to aim for. So if you're still here, please do, and I'll see you guys soon.